Alrighty. Um, I'll probably do an intro at some point, but at this point in time, I haven't. I have a fat stack of old sketchbooks. The camera doesn't even show them off very well. But what I decided today, this video should be, was a pretty unscripted rant, pretty much, about my favorite era of sketchbooks I ever did, which are these three right here. I won't go through all of them in depth or anything, because that would make this video crazy long. But I just wanted to kind of give little tidbits about some of the origins of some of these drawings, like how old they are, even though I don't really know how old they are, and I guess just stuff like that. So yeah, I'll do it in whatever order I can. I kind of like swap between these three books, which is why I'm doing all three of them for the video. So yeah. Now, so sorry for the camera angle. It flippin' stinks. All right, as far as I can tell, this is the first sketchbook. That's like slightly better. Okay. As far as I can tell, this is the first sketchbook right here. I didn't realize how horrible the camera angle in this was, but we'll make do. So, this starts off like at least like 2 or 3 years ago, because it starts off with versus imposter version 4 drawings. Apologies for the angle on some of these. They look bad in person too, but how I'm showing them here does not do them any justice. Like as bad as they are in person, they're way worse on camera. There's these drawings of more Among Us versus imposter characters from the Friday Night Funkin' and then this is, so for reference, my favorite game of all time is Terraria. You're gonna be seeing a little bit of Terraria stuff here. I have older sketchbooks that go more in depth. If you'd like to see that, comment pretty please. Yeah, this is the Terra Prisma from Terraria, but like a really cruddy drawing. One thing I drew a lot when I was younger was, I guess, concept thumbnails, I'd call them. So they weren't like actual thumbnails for videos I was gonna make. They were like purely conceptual like ideas I would have for potential videos or animations, because I kind of was into animation at the time. This is a drawing I did. This is like the OC I made from my friend from the Pokemon streams, and then this is what my guy used to look like. This used to be MrHiopMan, and you'll be seeing him a little while. Me and my friend were big in our FNAF phase, because everyone has a FNAF phase. So we were playing Five Nights at Freddy's, like a baseball game. So I was drawing moments from that could be like a thumbnail or like a part of a video. This is him freaking out. It's me Easter egg on the table. You can see like all of the details of my hand. I'm so sorry. And you got Freddy. That guy. Then here's me when I played Help Wanted. Really low effort thumbnail type of thing. This is a cool one. I forgot this was actually in here. Wait, this is actually tough. This is the original, like, the first ever reference I made for Casey. I'm gonna try to flip the camera better. This is the first ever reference I did for Casey. This is her old design. She had tiny arms, long legs, and she looked ugly. And then I had all the colors I used for her, which I think is actually pretty nifty. I should try to get a better picture of that, and then I'll do something like, I don't know. This is pretty cool though. This is history. This is what Casey used to look like, and now she's a lot better. There's a lot of unfinished drawings. Here's more Casey. I think this is my attempt at anatomy. It's not good, and now it's on high up here. I'm not gonna read through this see if there's comics in some of my sketchbooks, because I was big into comics. Mostly remasters though, these are. So, this is my comic, based off of a comic I made when I was in elementary school, called Stick World, about basically stickmen who fought zombies. Low-key was sick. You can read this if you want to. I'm pretty sure it's only one page. can pause the video and read it. But there's not much of anything. But I guess I was trying to remake this comic. I remade this and one other thing. At least started remaking this and one other thing. Here, this is like a crazy time jump because these are like pretty close to current designs. So they're not, but they're close. And here's me practicing graffiti tags because I got big into graffiti for a little while. A little secret, I actually put some of these up in my Irish tags. I was breaking out with the Sharpies. You got high up, high there, high 37, high 36. This is kind of how I came up with my current like signature art, which is H37, and it bled through, so don't put anything there. And here are some designs for Fiber Cases for you guys. What I think I should do, because up to this, at this point, all of the drawings left in the sketchbook are pretty current, or not current, but like a lot more. So I'm skimming through some of the other ones. I think I'll take a little detour into this other one, which is the exact same book, but it's got different drawings. This is the original drawing of that one character that I redesigned and never used. This is my Terraria character. So it's playing summer. I actually still haven't beaten it there. This is another example of me making hypothetical thumbnails. Also, there's like another Terraria thing. But here's my hypothetical thumbnails. These are like these are my buds, and we're playing Minecraft on hardcore mode because I play Bedrock, so we were just doing it. This was before they actually added it by a while. I actually don't hate this drawing. It's actually pretty soft. I feel like a lot of my strong drawings from when I was younger have been Minecraft. So there's that. Here is the block room. I was making an adventure map with my friends. I even drew the PlayStation, or not PlayStation. It was available on Nintendo Switch and the phone because I made a Switch port of the thing I made on my phone with my friends. It was kind of more based off of Security Breach than it was based off of the back rooms, but it was still pretty interesting. And then here's the block rooms Containment Breach, which is almost directly based off of. This drawing stinks. Jeez, look at the Vindicator. That's a Vindicator. That's, I don't even know. That's that guy. There's a random Guardian. Why did I put a Guardian? And then there's an Among Us guy. This is, I love Among Us. This is me trying to, I got into Cuphead at this point. So I tried drawing an Among Us character as a Cuphead boss. In this drawing, I'm sure you can already see what's on the back of here, but this is me trying to draw my friend, the same friend I drew that one random OC for. This is me trying to draw him as a Cuphead boss. And he was like crazy into the gym, and I made him look all edgy and cool, but this drawing stinks. I might try to redo that actually. I think it might actually be tough if I redrew it and made it actually look like kind of him. This is Freddy Fazbear saying, "Vent, Gregory. Gregory, I know it'll be hard for you to be sus, but I know you can do it." This is my concept I made for, I guess, a box that I would like make that said Vicks Vapo Chews. It was just Tic Tacs. I don't know why I thought this was funny. I guess it was like an inside joke between me and my mom, but I guess I just do that. Freddy Fazbear drawings. This is definitely Freddy Fazbear. We got Freddy Fazbear and Evil Freddy. We got Bonnie the Bunny right here. Not much to that. Although I kind of mess with the drawing. It's like not good. Well, it's pretty good compared to this drawing of Scott Cawthon. Specifically, I guess the same. Like it's the same character pretty much. But I got my reference was directly from Funkin' at Freddy's. I think this is the mod. Because I like the song, the Scott Cawthon song. I've always been a big fan of Minecraft Dungeons. I don't know if this is a new fact, but I wanted to draw one of the Ender Sense. I actually think this is when the end update for Minecraft Dungeons dropped. So I wanted to draw in the Ender Sense because these guys are freaking awesome. They're low-key sick. And I drew a really cruddy Enderman. But the Ender Scent looks pretty cool. I might redraw the Ender Scent because I actually know how to draw like unique poses. This is my friend again. I tried to draw his Terraria character because I forced him to play Terraria. That drawing stinks. Here's Squidward. I one of my friends was telling me how to draw Squidward, and I followed the tutorial. I'm just speeding through these because these don't stink. This is an old Hiop storyline that I just didn't want to keep going with. Here's a epic Wubbox concept. This is around when I got into My Singing Monsters. I got into it on the whole Earth Island craze thing. So like I was all big into the epic Wubboxes. So this is my concept. I don't know what he wasn't for an island or anything. It was just kind of me spitballing parts. And I never did anything with him. He's just kind of... Here's a kind of sick drawing from... This is like an old banger. I kind of still mess with this, although I could do better. It's Springtrap, and those are the ghost kids that he killed, and there's Springtrap. I really like drawing guts. I don't know why. This is my, this is like I think this is around the tail end of my horror phase. I had a big phase where I wanted to be a horror artist and all that. It was kind of tough. Here's Twisted Bonnie, entirely from memory, so I think it's all right for being from memory, but it's not great. I made costume heads for a while. I made a Springtrap one. I might show that off at some point, although it is featured probably somewhere. It's kind of broken. But I was gonna make. Sorry, camera. I was gonna make Freddy. I was gonna make Funtime Freddy and Bon Bon. I started making them. I just kind of ran out of motivation too, so I stopped. Here we have some bangers. This is Bombastic, my current little Among Us character. Before he was that. Here's another Among Us OC. This is Chad Mungus. This is all really stupid. I forgot this guy's name. And then this is Steve. I like Steve. And that's probably Yellow Imposter just from base. No, this is Cyan. I forgot about some of the characters I made. This is Cyan. Cyan was the pink character. Was pink. Bombastic was Cyan. This was based off of the Friday fucking mod. Low-key, a kind of goated hand. Low-key, a really terrible hand, but that's also Bombastic. You got more Bombastic. I was really hyped with... I liked drawing Bombastic Parasite. Low-key, this Parasite design is kind of tough. I think I could draw it better now, but... Yeah, I'm messing with it. Okay, here's me trying to learn anatomy again. This is Casey. We don't pay attention to that. This is Creeperman. I'm not gonna go into Creeperman stuff because I have another sketchbook that is more in depth with that. Here we have some My Singing Monsters characters. I was gonna draw all of the ethereals, but I think specifically Wisp took me so long that I just didn't want to. So I stopped. Also, the drawing I saw stank, so I just quit. A lot of this is Friday Night Funkin' Doodles. So we got Doodles of Black Imposters. Why? You underestimate me. I can beatbox. That type of thing. And here's Casey, old design for Casey. And there's Kemp on the trumpet. I really thought I was funny. More boyfriend. There's a ton of boyfriend doodles in some of these sketchbooks. Like, look at all that. It's literally BF doodles. And some of them were okay. I was really inconsistent with these. They were either pretty okay or just kind of awful. There's Misty randomly. This one stinks. I think the coloring's fine, but other than that, it's awful. Why so serious? We're still behind the other sketch. Here's some cool drawings. This is another doodle page. Sorry guys, I'm gonna pick up the thing again. We got Shadow the Hedgehog, a pretty solid Casey drawing. Casey and girlfriend freaking flip out. This is one of my favorite old Hiop designs. Probably what was the most iconic. This was, I think I call it Prime Hiop. Drawing a Mabel for some reason. Mushroom Kingdom, here we come, because that was a meme. yeah. Nothing there. Here's a pretty okay drawing of Glamour Chica. Might try again. Okay, I had a Sonic EXE phase. This is like the remnants of it. This is Lorbex. Nothing to go with that. More Prime Hype and Casey. I actually love this design. It's from Casey had lips. And then this is a terrible drawing. These are terrible drawings. But they're there. Here we have slightly... Okay, this is a drawing of me. I don't look like this at all, by the way. Just so I should put it out there. But I don't know. I think this is when I started getting down my expressions. Because, like, I look... That kind of looks like Asian there. But, and this is Big Stinky. Big Stinky is probably the best character I've ever created. That was me trying to draw my friend. That's what I mean. I don't know. I think I was starting to get down my expressions at this point, though. And I think that's why I like this sketchbook so much. Because there is like a clear evolution. I'm skipping the other pages from now on. And the Friday Night Funkin' ones. I do not care. I won't skip this one. I like this one because I was trying to adapt the Friday Night Funkin' style into my own style, kind of. So, I drew Nene and I drew Pico. Kind of different. And then I tried both of them. Too smelly. This is Hannah from the pilot episode of the Hive Show, and there's Tochika. We're almost at the end now. We are at the end because it's math homework. That's the end of this one. And then next up is the... I guess I'm just going back to that other book, so... Boom. We're back. So, living here. At this point in time, I redesigned my characters. I think maybe. Can I show it process? No, I start off. Okay, so this is like a jump on top of another sketchbook that I'm probably gonna show off. That I don't know if I'll do in this video because this video is kind of long and ranty, so it's gonna suck. But yeah, I'll just do these two. But if you want the third one, I'll show it. What a great impression of this page. Mr. Beast. The first time I ever drew Hatsune Miku. I got these guys in outfit. I don't know, this is kind of me doodling. This is MrHiopMan. He's up to date at this point. Casey plush that I didn't really finish, and then Freddy Fazbear hitting the joint. This is something I was gonna do. Boon Squad Island. We got Club, Kansas City, Bomb, The Beast. This is one of the worst drawings I've ever done. Although it does kind of look like Jimmy. And we got Hob, and we got Barbecue Ribs. This might be the best My Singing Monsters Island I ever had the idea of. And low-key I might compose it, because that might be tough. Here's Hob. Oh my goodness. This was the old design. I might put it up on screen if I feel like it. But Hob is a character who's coming back now, who was kind of just a meh character. He was like an overarching bad guy. He was big evil. Big evil. Very mean. But kind of, he sucked, so I made him kind of just a normal guy now, which I like more. Here's my OC. This is Naughty and DeJoel, I think. This is Naughty, this is DeJoel. Their lore is that they're two different Gnarls parasites that got hooked up together. So they're not the same, because most Gnarls are two parasites. In My Singing Monsters, most Gnarls are like one parasite that's two heads, I think. The lore of this one is that they're two different Gnarls parasites and they have hooked up together, so they're like that. There's Sonic. There's Clavavera. This is pre-redesign. Okay. I wanted to make a Clavavera character because I like Clavavera. So I came up with that, which is kind of just like a crazy simplification of the actual Clavavera character. And then I added them to part of like the B team squad. I was gonna add a candelabra too, but But there's the Humbug guy, there's Calavera, there's Naughty and Joel, and then there's Zephyr, the barrel box. And then down here there's Versus Imposter. Versus Imposter was legitimately my life at the time. More Versus Imposter. That's not important though. I'm skipping the rest of the Imposter stuff. Here's Naughty and Joel and Hiop. They were gonna be totally chill. Naughty wasn't like a fan of many things, but the Joel was like crazy chill. Oh, here are their names. I don't like Cloud Arena as a name. Spoiler, so I'm just gonna call it that. There's not the Joel and Naughty goes right. There's Blep. There's Zephyr. There's really long arms in this drawing. And there's Cloud Arena. It's probably the worst color name, so I don't think I'll call it that anymore. This is way further down, I'm pretty sure, because this is my redesigns of the Among Us characters. Because here's Steve, here's Bombastic, and here's Chadmungus. Chadmungus, there's Bombastic, there's Chadmungus and Steve. Steve, Chadmungus, Bombastic. These are way further down. I don't even really know why. I even redid this again for a third time. I redid this. Why so serious? So, yeah, just kind of just chill through this. All right, here is a comic. I guess the origin of Little Bombastic. I might go through this a little bit. So here's Hiop and there's Bombastic just chilling. There's Big Bombastic. Bombastic is one lineage. Everyone has the same name. This Bombastic, that Bombastic, current Bombastic. This is all still canon. Is the son of the Big Bombastic. Bombastic was the imposter. He got evicted. And he was sad. So, Chadmungus decided to take care of him. And he taught him how to kill people. But then, Chadmungus got evicted. And then, did I continue the story? No, I didn't. So, there's German notes here. And more notes. Okay, so I didn't continue that story. I don't think I will. It's canon, but I don't know if I'll do anything with it. Okay, yeah, solid drawings. This is Casey, Bombastic, and Hiop. I actually like these drawings. They are kind of just way higher quality than the other ones. I still don't like them or anything because they're still just kind of okay. I still just don't like these designs so much. They're not bad. They're the basis on what designs are now. Like especially like how the mouth is drawn on this one. It's way more similar to current designs. The hands stink though. Flores Collecula. Oh, this is me planning out an island. I'm not saying Monsters Island. These are terrible. Casey isn't the worst. No, Casey's actually worse. These are me trying to make somewhat human designs for these guys. And these both are horrible. I like the shading, that's it. It just kind of looks gross and it looks stinky. Like their hands are kind of gross looking too. We have a really big one here. This is the drawing. I actually forgot this. This is the drawing I did for the cover for my Mind Electric animation. This is one of my favorite videos I ever made. I think it'll stay one of my favorite videos I ever made until I do something better. Yeah, it's just kind of tough. I think this is a really good drawing. I think it actually still holds up with my current art style. I might actually redraw. I think I will. I don't think I'll ever redo My Electric. Speaking of My Electric, we got some concept art. This is the first animation I ever did concept art for. Look, it's literally the frame, but if it looked better. I was so hyped to make this animation. I did it in 2 days. I rushed it, but it was gotta be one of my favorite animations ever. It is my favorite animation ever made. And then I had concept art for it. And yeah, I was literally jumping up and down when I made that part. Go watch it. This is a drawing my cousin did of Hiop and Minecraft, and like I think that's here. It's either Steve or Hero, right? It's one of the two. I don't know. I love these drawings, so they're so silly. But no, my dad did these. Never mind. That was my dad, not my cousin. Excuse me. We're getting even more recent. We got just drawing my characters in different mediums. I drew them as Thumpies from My Singing Monsters. I drew them in this art style. I drew them as Legos. I drew them all really buff. This is one of the best drawings I've ever made. And also, Swole High Up. Here's my drawing warm-up. I love this drawing. This drawing is actually tough. Never mind. I don't like it that much anymore. There's some highlight. There's some good parts, but other than that, it's not great. And girlfriend's fine. Boyfriend's kind of mid. I don't know. I might redraw this too. Yeah. Here's Conglomerate. These are also. I turned the island concept into the design for one of the monsters. You can go watch Conglomerate if you want to. It's kind of just okay. I didn't finish it either. I think the song is done. I just didn't finish making it. This is the island. This is all the waves planned out. I was gonna put Club X on here. It's gonna be so tough. Here are all the monsters. These are all the monsters I had to make for it. We got Cordsley. We got Ventilate, who's gonna be the next one. We got Ooey. We got Dub Swamp. Dub Swamp's kind of tough. Cordsley is my least favorite by far. I'm ranting because I'm trying to get this. There's people home. We got some more drawings of the characters. I actually really like these. This one's tough. This one needs a redraw. Some of these are kind of okay. Like that's not an offensive drawing by any means. I like this drawing actually. I like that. And then I don't know what I was going for there, but it's something. And also that drawing's not bad. We got more doodles of my characters. I'm trying to keep this down, but like this is like the tail end. I'll just show it this. I pinned this with a brush pen. It's kind of okay. Casey, I like this design. I'm not gonna use it, but I like it. Girlfriend and Casey talking to each other again because I was obsessed with doing that at a time. Mid drawing. I don't know why he's laughing. Probably the hairstyle, probably haircut thing. And then okay, drawing a Casey. Oh, this is a comic. This is kind of a mid comic. I don't care to show it, but it's basically just Casey gets a haircut and it's just the back going. And it's epic and mercy. The High Up verse was the thing I was gonna do. This will never happen. Unless I get really desperate for views and that type of thing gets popular again, but yeah, this is never happening. My remaster of the comic I made. I will go over the comic in a video, in a sketchbook video. This is because why not? I should finish my sentences before I move on to the next thing. This video is too long for my liking. Apologies. This explains the redesigns. So, hype redesigns are alternate universe, alternate reality, I think. Every bombastic design from every alternate universe is from the same lineage. They just travel somehow. That's the thing I made up. Don't know what to do with it. There's Hyper Casey Bombastic, and there's Hype, and there's Girlfriend, there's Club of Era. I should not pronounce it like that. That sounds like a bit culturally insensitive. I don't know. Here we have Whimsies. I actually mess with the drawing so heavy. We got Boyfriend. We got them rap battling. There's MrHiopMan, and there's a dad Boyfriend. Okay, I looked at the last page. The last page is kind of cringe. I won't even lie. I don't like when people do this, but I guess I did it myself, so who's gonna say anything? I put and I put Hop and Casey and then both feet. They're all best friends and they all lived happily ever after. And then I wrote my signature. Yep. MrHiopMan. 37. And there's this guy in the back that says, "Go away." And that's both of these two sketchbooks. I might make this a series. Every time I've tried to make a series, they don't work ever. So I might make this one. I might do. It's just kind of me talking at the camera, unscripted. I don't know how much is this gonna get I don't know how much is this gonna get scrapped or not. Solid amount might. Probably will. But hey, whatever. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the music I put in the background of this video was passable. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.